Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to our very special edition of What's Happening Now. I have with us CEO of Black Authors Rock, Dr. LaTracy, in the house to talk about some of the things that's going to be going on with Black Authors Rock and the awards that's happening this weekend. So if you didn't get your tickets, don't worry. You still got a little bit of time. We're going to make sure you get those tickets so you can be there for this event. Dr. LaTracy, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Always, always. So talk to us a little bit about what's about to happen. You know, I'm excited because I've never been to one of these before. So
Yes.
I'm eager to always know different things and broaden my horizons, if you will. You know, some people say I'm a little bit underneath a rock, but you know.
It's okay. You're coming up underneath that.
All right, all right.
So that you can celebrate.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about this event.
This event is entitled Sexy with a Pen After Dark. And before you say anything, I know. I've heard it. All different versions, all different people. I've heard it. Why Sexy with the Pen? Because everything that we do starts with writing. Everything. Whether it is your culinary and you're doing a recipe, or you are a performing artist and you're writing out whatever your skit is, or your poetry or anything like that, the visual artist uses a pen or a pencil to sketch out whatever they're about to do, and especially literary artists. And so we will be celebrating those that have been nominated this weekend at the Sexy with the Pen Artist Awards.
Wow. You know, and doing CNI Solutions and working in the community, I meet a lot of people, and I meet a lot of up and coming artists, whether it be written artists or musical artists. I have to tell you, unbeknown to me, there is a lot of melanated people who are writing books.
Yes.
I was really surprised at that.
Yes. And the funny thing is that there are so many of us that are writing books, and yet we're still only 6% of the entire genre of literary agents. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's something. You know, so I've been told, you know, they said, Charles, you should write a book like this. And I don't know, where does one begin to write that book? How does that even start? Is it just a simple thing as getting a notepad and says, on September 8th, you know, I was born into this world? You know, how does that start?
Well, it starts with a decision. Mm-hmm. Whether it is something that you are verbally speaking into your notepad, or something that you are writing down or even typing up. Because there's so many people who say, well, I don't have a computer.
Right.
That doesn't stop you. You have a phone. Majority of the people have a phone. And to have a phone, that means that you can use your voice memos, or you can use your notes, and you can write that book, and it can even be published from your phone.
Okay. Yeah. So so let me ask you this, and there's so much technology nowadays.
It is.
And one of the things I had, one of my guests I had on the show previously, they had mentioned that people are writing books now using AI.
They are. And if you use KDP, which is also on the platform for Amazon to publish your book, they ask you whether or not you have used AI and has it assisted you with your book writing, because you cannot copyright a book that is written by AI.
Oh.
Because it's not your work. It's AI's work. And so you have to decipher that. But at the same time, it's an easy way to get your work done. It's supposed to be used to assist you. But some people use it just for what it is. You can do a workbook, a journal, a novel from AI. And I have seen people do it and make multiple streams of income from it. So I'm not hating. I'm just saying use your resources and just follow up with the entire process, because if it is done completely with AI, then AI's name should be on that cover as well.
Right.
In my opinion.
All right. So November 11th.
Yes.
We got these awards coming up. What can one expect from something like this? Because educate me.
Okay.
You know, I'm excited. I'm going to be there, but educate me. What can I expect?
Well, you know, we love dressing up, right? We love dressing up.
Okay, all right.
We love to eat well.
Okay.
So we're going to be dressed in our shades of black and brown.
Black and brown, got it.
Because we have to have the melanated colors,
right?
And we will have some amazing food by Forever Grateful with Chef Lisa.
Wow.
Yes, she was our chef last year. We had to bring her back this year, and we're going to have the amazing Willie Jasanova Davis as our entertainment.
Really?
Yes, and we have some outstanding surprises from our nominees who will be there to win and to be celebrated, because we hear so often, if you are an artist, you're a starving artist. That's not true. And there are multiple different ways for us to make money. You are in video. Right. You are in education. There are multiple different ways for you as CNI to make money. Artists do the same thing. They just have to have the support behind them. And that's what we're doing at Black Authors Rock.
Okay, all right. You know, folks, before, you know, we went live, you know, me and Dr. LaTracy was talking, there was something that, you know, she said to me that really hit home, whereas you mentioned that you've had over 100 nominees.
Yes, there were over 100 nominees, and they were local. They were local. It was only a handful of people that were outside of the Huntsville area, but they were local. And when I say handful, I mean 5, right? That were outside of the Huntsville area. And so over 100 people were nominated here locally and have the support. And so the nominees had to go through a process of being not only voted for, but accepting their nomination so that they can win on Saturday.
That is amazing. I just would not have thought that. I really wouldn't have.
It's amazing talent here. It really is. Now, I've only been here a year and a half, but even though I've been here and I am in all sectors of the arts, it's so important for me because I'm like, man, wait. I am seeing some photographers that's out here that's doing it. I am seeing people that are here. Right. We are not starving. You got that right.
I see we got a few comments out there from Dr. Beverly Jones. They're good woman, good person.
Yes,
love the work that she's doing.
She's actually our partner.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yes.
All right. She says, hey, folks, Dr. Beverly, I'm going to go ahead and put this on screen so everyone can see that, what she's telling me.
Yeah.
She's saying I need to go ahead and write that book.
I totally agree. I agree.
I'm going to have to work on that, fam. I don't know if I'm that good yet, but I'm going to work on that. You know,
you don't have to be that good. And see, and that's what a lot of people think. They think that it has to be perfect. No, it just has to be completed.
Right.
That's why you have your editor and your publisher and your marketing team that's behind you. That's what we do at Black Authors Rock. So you don't have to do all the work. All you have to do is get it out of yourself.
Okay, all right. Maybe I might have a story to tell.
Yes.
It's all right. So, and when you're doing awards for authors like this, is it different genres who like, is it like for some, this the best kids book or the best sports book? How does that work?
No, we're actually giving out awards in 4 different categories.
Okay.
Culinary, visual artists, performing artists, and literary artists.
Okay.
So it does not have to be a specific genre or medium that a person is in, because that can bring so many different awards.
Right.
And so we not only are giving out the awards based off the nominees and the them accepting their nomination and their votes that they received.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
So, I mean, so it's people out here that will support you. You just have to believe in yourself in order to accept it. Yeah.
I know there's I know you mentioned that for this, people can sponsor. Is that right?
Yes. So we have an amazing opportunity. So I have a 10-year-old daughter who's on the spectrum.
Okay.
And even though she's on the spectrum, she's written 3 books.
Wow.
best-selling author, as well as Young Entrepreneur of the Year as of Saturday, this past Saturday. So with her being on the spectrum, she decided that she wanted to go to public school this
Mhm.
year. And I sent her to public school out in Morris Mill. And she said, well, you know what, Mom? My friends want to become published authors as well. And I said, okay, well, we specialize in publishing, marketing, and promotions. But Dr. Bev, she specializes in the same thing.
Right.
So we collaborated because her specialty is working in children.
That is awesome.
And so she's not only an author that has books in our Black Authors Rock bookstore, but she is also a business owner.
Right.
So that is a way to work together and sponsor a kid so that a kid can become a published author.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And it's so ironic because I remember being down at the Gabby event for suicide prevention, and I was speaking to a few kids, and they were talking about writing books as well. And I'm like, what is going on here? I mean, am I being left out or something? Like someone ain't telling me what's going on. Should I be writing my book right now?
You should.
But that is amazing. Bro.
I just spoke with Lorinda Bryant right before I got here because we are in the process of creating a book club for our babies. Not only do our kids enjoy reading, but they also enjoy writing. And so to be able to give back and give them that opportunity without it being a financial burden on the parents, that's the best gift. And it's a tax deduction.
Wow. What does it take? So walk me through that process. What does it take? Let's just say my granddaughter wants to start getting into books. What does she need to do to write her first book?
Just make a decision. Because that's it. That's point blank. That's it. And the reason why I say that is because when a child decides that they want to write a book, they don't have to necessarily know how to read. They have to know how to speak. There are different ways to get the book out of them. Right. It can be transcribed. It can be spoken into their phone and the phone types it for them, or they can type it themselves. But they have to know what the plot is going to be and what they want to talk about. Purpose is writing a book currently about the depressed turtle because she saw a turtle hit its shell up against the side of the tank. These kids have so much of a vivid imagination. Right. It doesn't matter what they want to write about. And how many times have you seen a kid that was selling something and you just bought it because the kid was selling it? Yeah, I've done that. That's it. Give these kids an opportunity to do something and be something with their lives. Even at a young age, they create their own legacy and their own wealth. Wow. That is where my heartstrings are. So at the awards that's going to be happening this weekend, there are no kids. I was going to ask. I said, if there is, or only no kids, baby. Hey, no I guess y'all heard that. She put that one out there for us. No kids. No kids. Grown and sexy. Grown and sexy. Okay. Yes. All right. Hey, hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. All right. Good deal. So, what does in your opinion, as author, publisher, owner of Black Authors Rock, what do you see in the future for Black authors, period? I see freedom. Okay. I say freedom because there's no limitations to what we can do. We're not only writing history, but we're creating it. The things that are going on in life these days, whether the news taints it or not, we can write it from our own perspective and make money from it. We can create the legacy for our children because even after we pass on, the copyright lives on past that. And so with that being said, I believe that Black authors do rock. I believe that nothing is limited to just pen and paper for us. I believe that it's bigger than the city that you live in. It's bigger than the state that you're in. And Black Authors Rock is a global movement. I decided to start Black Authors Rock because I did not feel like I had the support from my family. But I realized my family is not my target market. Right. And so we have books from our authors that are in retailers. You go to Cracker Barrel for breakfast, even though Cracker Barrel has its own stigma, Cracker Barrel has some very good pancakes, and they, so we'll go and we'll entertain and we'll eat there. And so to have our books in places like Cracker Barrel or in Kroger's, where we go to the grocery store, or even Walmart or Books A Million, and it's not limited, because so many people say, well, I can self-publish. Yes, you can. But even with self-publishing, if you are not set up with an LLC or set up being a accredited publishing company, then it's going to be very difficult for you to have your physical books in stores. They'll have your books online, but to have your books in the physical stores is a whole nother persona. And so there's education behind it. And that's why we have the Black Authors Rock community and our Black Authors Rock membership, so that we can teach you those things and you can make multiple streams of income.
I tell you what, folks, hey, she just taught me something, because I didn't know that. Like this, I did not know that. In my mind, I just thought I could, and whoop,
no. I mean, because even now, Amazon is about to push the biggest marketing season of the year. At Walmart, all the stores, why not have your books and your products there?
Right.
Why not be able to say, hey, my book is in this store, and it's not only in one store, it's in 10 different stores, and I'm making multiple streams of income.
Wow. That is crazy.
And if you have a child that's able to do that, by the time they're 18, they can have property, they can have businesses and everything in their names, and they don't have to get a loan when it's time to go to college, if that's what they choose to do.
Hey, to all my grandchildren out there, let me tell y'all something. When y'all get to watching this, y'all better get to write.
Yeah.
All right. That's pen and paper. You heard what she said, pen and paper.
Yes,
Let's get it on. So I have what I want to share with a couple of the views out here. So you have their sponsorship. I know they can see, you might not be able to see it that well, but they can see it. So for those who are viewing, here is the sponsorship for you, that if you are so interested in becoming a sponsor, you can do so. And I love the way it's set up. I like how you laid it out. It's simple, it's plain, and and it makes it easy for everyone who fits their budget, who want to be able to support. And I think that is awesome. What was your thought behind that?
Giving everyone a place to start wherever they are, to eliminate the excuses. I know going out to eat, it's going to cost at least $200 for a family to go eat. Well, this is another way to have a tax write-off and to give, to give back to the community. And, and from the levels of the 250 up to 5,000, if you want to have your business marketed, not only in our magazine, at the event, from now until next year for our next event, this is another opportunity for you to do so. And it's nothing stopping you. I've even had people say, well, you know what, 250 is a little too steep for me. Do you have anything a little less? Do you have anything else? We have had, magazine ads and those type of things, those opportunities. And so we are giving you an opportunity to start right where you are, to grow your business or grow your product. And so some people just said, you know what, I just want to get my book in the bookstore. I want to be able to promote that way. Well, then do that. Start wherever you are, make the impact, and make sure that you are believing in yourself before you ask someone else to believe in you.
I was perusing your website, and I was looking at a few things, and I want to just share some of these with the viewers. If you could kind of speak on some of these books that I have, because they caught my eye. And I think it was the cover and what they were saying is caught my eye. And maybe if there is something that you can just talk on a little bit for me, on that. This was one of them here.
Yes. So, us as melanated people come in all different shapes and sizes and skin tones, right? An unexpected hero, a young lady who is sharing her story. It's a fictional story where she has an opportunity to share her love with the skin pigmentation. So many times when we have something that we look at as a flaw, then we always harbor on that negative. It's not, it's a positive. So this is another book that you should grab if that is something that interests you.
Okay.
One of my favorites, The Rise of the Underdog. Yes, the visionary author is Misty Stevenson, and I am a part of this book. My chapter in this book speaks about my journey as not only rising from the underdog, but also mental health. And so a lot of people may not share their journey and they may not understand that they are not alone. But I, being Dr. LaTracy McDonald, come forth and share my story with everyone so that they know that they don't have to be alone and that their story is not their own, and that you don't have to stay down no matter what may come your way.
Okay,
So
all
grab
right,
that one.
all right. Got a couple more here.
Yes, the unboxed story. So my mentor in the media is Dorothy Patrick Wilson. She is the proud founder of this book, and the foreword is written by Dr. Cheryl Wood, who is also another one of my amazing mentors. This unboxed story is an anthology of 25 women, yes, that share how they are free and that they can roar. We have not only their books, but they're also their t-shirts in our bookstore. Broken. Yes. When you are going through life, you may think that things are always going to just fall apart. And they do. Life is lifing. And so when you grab this book by Jacqueline Thompson, she will show you exactly how to take those broken pieces and to embrace your journey, because it doesn't matter how many things that have taken place, you are still amazing in your mosaic. Pushing through. Yes, Nicole Vick is one of our authors out of California. She is one who is a light, and this book gives you just that, finding the light in every lesson. Nicole takes pride in telling everyone that this book has helped her overcome in her life, and how this book can help you in overcoming yours. And just like Nicole, she's in California, but her book is right here in the Huntsville area. And so if you're a part of our bookstore, you can do the same.
All right.
The Diamond Commitment. Yes, Trinice Carter is an amazing young lady who has written this guide, and it is primarily to women, just being your authentic self and creating that flawless lifestyle.
So beautiful books. Love the covers. Love the titles. But what I've noticed, and it could have just been me, I don't know, but I noticed there's a lot of women authors.
Yes.
Where are the gentlemen? Where are the Charles Fries of the group?
We're waiting on you. We're waiting on you. And the reason why we're waiting on you is because most times a man is always taught that you have to be stoic. You have to be strong. You shouldn't go to therapy. You shouldn't seek self-help. You shouldn't go get a manicure and pedicure because it makes you seem kind of friendly, those type of things. And so we need the voices of men to help other men. I was on a podcast last week, and it was men discussing their mentality behind subject matters. And with that, I realized that is exactly what's needed, not only on podcasts, but also in books. Right. And so if you are a man that desires to write a book, please reach out. We need you. Women need you. Children need you. Other men need you, because
I need you.
Yeah, okay, right. Because we need to know your stories. You have a story that can resonate to so many different people, but if you don't share it with anyone but your children and your grandchildren,
right,
then what?
Right.
Then we don't know. And we have to get past the what happens in our house stays in our house.
Right.
Because that's keeping us bound.
I tell you what, Dr. LaTracy, that's one of the beauties that I love about this program. I get to meet so many people like yourself. I get to meet other psychologists. I get to meet other doctors who are melanated and are making it okay for us to get help, who are making it okay for us to speak out and say, hey, I go see a shrink, or I go see a psychologist, I see a speech therapist, or I see someone who's going to make me better. Because way too long, way too often in our community, it's been taboo. If you're a man and you start crying, you're weak. Or if you're going to go get help from somebody, you're weak, like this. And I have found that the men in our community who have gone to actually physically get this help and seek help have become better men.
Yes.
So we do need more people like yourself. We do need more male authors out there to help the Charles Fry start his book on like this, so that we could come up out of this shell that we've been living in for so long. And it's deeply rooted. It's deeply rooted.
It is. It definitely is. And one of the things that I take pride in is helping young men to write their books. I get more inquiries about writing books from those who are incarcerated.
Right.
Because they're like, well, I have a story. Let me get it out. Well, let me handwrite it and send it to you. Whatever it is, just get it out. That is what I'm taking pride into, because I don't want to see my brothers suffer.
Right.
I don't want to continue to see them hurting. And one of the things that was asked to me was whether or not Black Authors Rock is just for Blacks. It isn't. It isn't. But let me just say, I celebrate my own.
Right.
I celebrate my own. I'm going to celebrate not only the Black authors who rock, but all the Black artists who rock, because we haven't been celebrated. So that's why we have the Sexy with the Pen Artist Awards. That's why we have the bookstore and all of our events that we have, because I want us to know it's okay to celebrate yourself. It's not a taboo idea in order to get that help or that support and to get the word out about your literary efforts.
Right. Hey, I love that. Hey, for those who are watching and you didn't get a chance, we are going to be this weekend at Sexy After Dark, or Sexy with the Pen After Dark Artist Awards. And I'm telling you, I am super excited about this, because this will be the first one that Charles Fry has attended. Yes. And I'm going to be in there. And so I want to learn more, know more, and really see how this stuff works, so that, I can in turn educate others about being an author and learning how to write and doing things, so I'm excited about it. I really am. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to put on my, my little suit, my little dove, Mr. Brown, and
black and brown.
Yes. Put my black and brown on, and I'm going to be stepping on that ground, and y'all want to know T&Child Solutions is in the town. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this is not going to be a time where you come out and you believe that you're going to write something or do some work. No, we're coming out to party with a purpose. We want to make sure that this is an opportunity for grown folks to receive the accolades that we desire and that we deserve, and yet give back to our kids.
Right.
So like I mentioned, the sponsorship opportunity is to give kids an opportunity to become published authors. Our goal is 10. And so I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on the people to say, hey, you know what? Whether I can attend the event or not, here, let me donate.
Right.
Let me give. What can I do? It may not be this week. Okay, well, what's next week? Okay, well, what's next month? I've even had people say, okay, well, reach out to me in the first quarter of next year. Do not give up on the opportunity of giving back to the babies, because they are truly our future.
So, and I'm glad you mentioned that. And for those who are watching and those who have kids who you think are inspiring artists and they're ready to write their book, how or who do they contact if they want to get started when writing their books?
They can either contact myself at blackauthorsrock.com, or they can reach out to Every Child Has a Story on social media. Dr. Bev Jones Durr, who is also watching right now, can put the link below. But yes, it is so many different ways that they can get their children involved. And so we say, contact us, reach out. It's not a fee to reach out, to have that conversation. Yes, it is a fee to get published, but that's why we do different events like this and different fundraisers, to make sure that our kids have just what they need.
And we'll touch on that for a minute. Dr. Bev Jones, if you're out there and you're watching, if you could put your information in the chat there so that we can share it with everybody else. So for those who's got kids who want to get them published and become part of your team, please put that information in there so that we can get that up there and show it to everyone. So I think a lot of people forget that part when we're asking for that donation and that support,
Mhm.
it helps lessen that burden of a cost for
Yeah.
someone who's going to come through.
Oh yeah.
And I think they forget that a lot. You know, you made a very, very good point on that. And I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
You know, that is important to know. Like this. So for those who are watching and those who are going to be sharing this broadcast and with other people who are going to be watching, make sure they understand that as well. You know, when you're trying to support our community, think about this. You know, think about the things that Dr. LaTracy is doing. Think about what Dr. Bev Jones is doing. You know, think about what C9 Solutions is doing,
Mhm.
because every time you support organizations like us, it allows us to lessen that cost for others so that we can continue to help them. You know, like this. So that is very important.
It
very
is.
important.
And you know, you mentioned AI. Some people will say, well, we can use AI and publish a book. Well, you still have to pay for the AI apps.
Right.
You can't use a free app and get that type of work done. You can't get the images done and all of the work done for that. So don't skimp out on getting what you need so that you can create the legacy that you desire.
Right. And and one thing I want to mention, I like the fact that on one of those books that we showed, the young lady was from California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you reach far and wide, huh?
Oh yeah. Black Authors Rock, we are international.
Wow.
I used to joke around for years and tell everyone that I was internationally known. I was like, yeah, I'm in the club saying, yeah, I'm internationally known, but it was a joke. But I was manifesting that thing into my own life. Black Authors Rock is everywhere. We have touched every state in the United States as well as overseas. And so I am excited about the reach. I'm excited about the impact and the influence. And, it's a community. Like I mentioned, I said 2 weeks ago, my car was stolen.
Right,
we were in Jackson on business. And it's the community that reached out when I mentioned it online. I didn't have to keep it inside. I didn't have to be vulnerable and think that someone was going to make it into something ugly. It was the village that allowed me to stay there, because when they took my car, they took my purse. So I couldn't get a hotel. I couldn't get a rental car. I was staying with people that were in the community.
Wow.
And so my child and I were able to be safe and to be covered and to have food and all of those things. Yes, insurance does help, and it helps later on. But yet, at that moment, I didn't have to worry about anything, because people that were in the community, and the community is free, you guys. Go on to Facebook, Black Authors Rock Community, if you are an aspiring writer or someone who's just interested in books or published. Black Authors Rock Community is right there. And I built that community back in 2017 because I wanted to make sure I had a family, a tribe of people that supported me in business, ministry, and life. And so I'm truly blessed. When I put it out there, I'm like, listen, my truck's been stolen. Hey, my phone, everything's gone. They're like, okay, well, all right, well, you can stay right here. I'm like, well, what do I have to pay you? Nothing. You're a part of the tribe. We're a family. We got this. And so I'm grateful for that. And that's what people need in business.
I mean, that.
You know, you have to be able to have people that you can call on, and they don't have to be people that look like you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
I'm excited.
Hey, again, those who are watching, those who are viewing, please take time to share this with family and friends.
Yes.
Get this information out there. Get it out there, because it's going down this weekend on November 11th. I'm telling you, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be snapping pictures and selfieing it up, you know, with all these wonderful artists who are going to be out there. And I'm going to be seeing who's winner. Heck, I might even see if I can get a couple of those winners to come on to the broadcast and talk about that book and see what it was that made them the winners of that night. You know, hey, Dr. LaTracy, I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you doing what you are doing for the community. I'm excited about this event. I really am. I think I'm more excited about it. I get to get dressed up. Yeah, I think that's what I'm excited. I get to put on some fresh clothes, you know, and look good out there.
We get to eat well and listen to some amazing music and celebrate the artists that are local here in the Huntsville area. We even have some people that are coming in from Mississippi and Tennessee and Minnesota. Georgia.
Minnesota.
Yes, Minnesota. They come into Wednesday. So I'm so excited. This is a way to celebrate the arts. And so the arts are all around us. And if there's something that you have been interested in doing or being or seeing, this is your example. This is your example. And listen, today we finalized the menu with Chef Lisa. I can't wait. I'm so hungry. I'm hungry right now. I'm like, yes, Willie Jazanova Davis. I'm thankful to the sponsors. CNI even sponsored, yes. And but see, here it is. When you sponsor, you're not only getting a ticket to the event, but you're also pouring back into the babies. And so I'm so passionate about it because I'm a mom of four. And listen, at any time the village came together and said, hey, we're going to do something to help the babies, I was down for it because, kids are expensive these days. But yeah, I love our partner, Dr. Bev Durr. And yes, you see her website right there. Join forces with us, sponsor, and even volunteer. There are different ways that you can be a part, different ways that you can make an impact and an influence in the community. And it's the holiday. How about just showing up for the kids? What did they say? If you want to hide something from someone, put it in a
Put
book.
it in the book.
Listen, we
Put it
want
in
to
the
make
book.
sure that all of those books are open for our young babies and as well as our older babies so that we can give back to the community.
Hey, folks, those who are viewing, I tell you what, I did have a chance to speak with Dr. Bev Jones Durr before, and what she's doing with those kids is amazing. Anytime I run across anybody who's got a gifted child that says they want to become an entrepreneur, they want to write books, I refer them to her because she does an outstanding job. And you talk about someone being international, she's international as well. She's all over the countries. I mean, India, Germany. I was blown away. So again, if you got a child that you feel that is ready, you don't have to live here in Huntsville, Alabama. You could be in Georgia, you could be in Virginia, New York, Wisconsin, Texas, Tennessee. It doesn't matter. Black Authors Rock, and every child has a story, will be taking care of you, and they will take care of your child. I love it. I love it. Again, please take time to share this with people who plan on attending. I'll put it back up full mass one more time so everyone can see what the event is and where it's going to be at. In fact, where is the event going to be at so everyone knows?
At the Creative Place in Huntsville, right off of Paramount Place in Huntsville. So we take pride in partnering with those that are in the community. And so we'll be at the Creative Place from 6 to 10 on Saturday. No tickets will be sold at the door. It is a ticketed event, mainly because, one, we have to have a number for the decorator as well as the chef. The food's going to be so good, y'all. Goodness. Yeah.
She talking about the chef so bad, I can't wait now. I think I might skip that meal on the 10th. Just so on the 11th, I can chow down.
I cannot wait. Listen, I will drive across town for Chef Lisa. Yes, I will.
All right. I'm excited. Is there anything that you would like to tell our viewers before we proceed to close?
Yes. Make sure that you partner with Black Authors Rock, and every child has a story, whether it is at the event this weekend or in the future. Make sure that you are a part of the impact and the influence that is coming up, and be a sponsor. Be a sponsor, get a ticket, show up this weekend. I cannot wait to see you all dressed up in your amazing shades of black and brown, ready to walk the carpet, to get your awards. I love celebrating people because for me, being an artist and an author, it wasn't always there for me to be celebrated. So I love to give this opportunity back to others. And so come out and support those other individuals who were nominated to get their awards.
Hey, I love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for coming in. I'm excited, guys. You out there, y'all should be excited as well. Yes. If you're here in the Huntsville area, please go ahead and get your tickets. Come on down to this event and let's have a good time and let's celebrate, the wonderful things that Black artists are doing here in our area and across our country, So as always, remember, your yesterday is not your today and your today is not your tomorrow. Good night.